Gillingham have to score this. Guy Butters with the responsibility. Deafening sound. Guy Butters must score. He doesn't. He's missed. It's saved by Nicky Weaver. And Manchester City are back in the First Division.
Time to reflect on a job well done. Exhaustion mixed with elation. It's what the playoffs do to you. 49 games it had taken them to get to this point, but now it was Division 1. What a season. What a journey.
Edghill with the throw. Dickov makes himself available. Gets it, does well, turns past one man and a second. Was that a foul? Play on, says Paul Dickov. He steers the ball into the path of Gota, and had that crossed the line? That's the question the referee must answer, and the goal has been given. Sean Gota. Now Blackpool pushing forward. Gota this time with defensive duties, does well, edge of his own penalty area. Here's Mason, the youngster. He sweeps it forward to Paul Dickov. Suddenly Dickov can attack the heart of the Blackpool defence. Dickov going forward. Bradbury makes himself available. Here he is, Lee Bradbury. Number 2, what a start to the season for Manchester City. Dickov does well, right-hand side. Deflected, it comes out to Pollock. Maybe he'll try his luck, the captain. That's also deflected. Dickov will try again. This time a menacing cross into the middle. 3 players could have got there. It was Vaughan who hit the woodwork, and Shadati follows up. City off to a flyer.
A great welcome back from the fans. They had every excuse to be a little bit hungover after last season, but they were here in force, and a good start really. We played well and won comfortably in the end.
It's going to be Horlock to take it after a bit of a delay. There's Tashanti! And the Georgian scores for City with just over a quarter of an hour to go. Just about hanging in. Dangerously. Ball. And here's a chance for Allsop. He's beat the defender. Can he wrap it up? Yes, he can. 2-0 with virtually the final kick of the game. Leyland's headed down to Peter Beardsley. 1-0 to Fulham. Beardsley's free kick to Hayward, and Lehmann tries to divert it in, and does it the second attempt. Like Peter Beardsley, Dirk Lehmann scores his second goal in a week, and Fulham are 2-0 ahead. Cross from Salako, Lehmann going in again. 3-0, and the German player is rampant.
We lost Shirazi at Fulham early on and disrupted us really. We were playing with 3 centre-backs at the time, and he was playing really well. Pipo, as we call him, rather than Shirazi all the time. It was a big blow for him because he's not played again this season. He's ended up with cruciate ligament operation, and so Fulham was a big setback and ended up to be our biggest defeat of the season.
Goff making himself available again from the throw. Good skill by Fenton. Leaves it to Pollock, the captain. Mason helping it on to Tony Vaughan. And Gota lucky to get that back off Chris Fairclough and find Mason again. Bradbury well placed in the middle. He's going to go alone.
He had a little bit more time than he thought he had down there.
He's done superbly well to make the space for himself. Vaughan prods it forward with the left foot. Goater and Fairclough getting a tangle. Eventually Mason gets it on the right foot, comes inside ours, then inside again.
And a chance here, and a goal. Gary Mason gives Manchester City a dream start. Only 7 minutes gone, and they've now extended their aggregate lead to 3-0.
Well, there's certainly been the action early on, Mason, hasn't he? Just describing that earlier shot, suddenly makes a good run. Goater spots him with a lovely ball. Now has the youngster got the composure? The answer is yes. Slots it past Darren Ward, and the start that City were dreaming about. And this youngster coming on leaps and bounds with the right foot inside the right-hand post, and Darren Ward could do nothing.
Good determined challenge there by Edgehill. And a great looking ball, Dickoff! It's 2.
Oh, a great play from Edgehill, wasn't it? Dickoff, superb striking play here, because Gary Owers almost gets sucked towards the ball. He thinks Chris Fairclough's behind. Look at Owers going towards the ball here. Dickoff, you can see Fairclough's back, but this is a quality pass. Owers gets a touch on it, but not enough.
Back well by Andy Hughes. And Dickoff, in typical determined fashion, wins it back, and there's a great ball for Bradbury. It could be, should be, has to be, and is 3.
Wow, that's just what this fella needed. Superb. Dickoff slipped him a beautiful ball. Bradbury made the run, said go on then, put it in there behind him. And Owers and Fairclough are lost at the moment. Dickoff's tenacity wins the ball back. There's a great positive run behind Owers. Bradbury takes it past the young keeper Ward and slots it home.
And a chance for Guldan. No mistake this time. And they're all weighing in with a goal. 6 minutes of the first half remaining, and Manchester City are rampant.
Well, great finish this. Dickoff again involved. But Goater, this is what you call a proper finish. Dickoff, great vision. Look at this, right in the roof of the net. Smashing strike, right foot, but Dickoff again. Quality vision, lovely little skill, and Goater, bang, gets in. 4-0.
Those are strong in possession. Bradbury slides one forward for Hawler. And across early, Goater and Dickoff. Dickoff! It looked very easy, and sadly from Notts County's point of view, it was. It could have been either Goater or Dickoff who finished off this move.
Good play here from Bradbury and Horlock. Horlock makes his mind up. I'm putting this in the box early. Defender Leiber can't deal with it, and Dickoff said, thank you very much.
Whitley sizing up the opening and getting a goal. Jim Whitley and Manchester City equal their biggest ever win in League Cup history. And Jim Whitley gets his first ever goal for the club.
Well, it was a lovely, good, a quick corner kick, but I can't help think the goalkeeper sees this very late. It's a nice little jink here from Whitley. On the right foot, I thought he was going to clip it far post. He tries to strike, but the keeper sees it very, very late indeed.
Gary Owers just about got there. And across towards Torpey. They have got one back. What an excellent goal it was too. Yes! Allsopp gets it across this time. Dyer turns it to Goater. The final nail in the coffin.
They all count. End of the season when he counts his tally up, Goater. A couple of brace tonight. An absolute gift again. Just slung across in the box. I think Leiber is at the far post. And they're really getting a mess, don't they? The young substitute, Goater, prods it with the right foot and sends it in. Over Leiber's head, Dyer helps it on to Goater. And I'll take that. Thank you very much, my second of the night. And chaos back there again in the county defence.
I think they force it on teams to play badly. I think Fulham done that with us on Friday night. You know, they forced us into mistakes, and I think we've done that tonight to them.
Now, Sean, we're going to put you on the spot now. Without gloating, what was the score tonight?
I haven't a clue. I've lost count. I'm just asking Paul. I haven't a clue what the score was, but we're glad to get a few goals tonight and restore some confidence.
Vaughan takes it. Dickoff peels away. Support comes in from Edgehill. The ball's not a bad one. Cartwright's missed it. Gota hits the post. Whitley got back. Yes, he's done well there. Got round Russell. Gone inside Hardy. Comes to Mason. The shot's on. Great save from Cartwright. Still alive and deflected over.
So having to regroup. He was happy now. There's a deflection off the arm of Hawk, and the referee's given a penalty. Rather harshly, Terry Heilbronn points to the penalty spot. He's adamant it's going to be a spot kick. It's Ian Hendon to take it, and he scores for Notts County. From the county fans, we're now into stoppage time. The ball comes to Gota once, Gota twice. It's 1-1.
Fenton with the throw, down towards his captain. Pollock switches it back to the right, and great ball in from Fenton, hoisted in, and there's Gota with a header. A flying leap from Sean Gota, and he continues his scoring run. Now Walsall looking to get back on level terms. Edgehill hoists it forward, more in hope than any expectation, but here's Allsop for Manchester City, wide on the right-hand side, bursting forward, unchallenged, does well, still has it, still Allsop, the Australian. Dickoff can't reach it, but Gota can, and Gota gets his second goal. That's his 6th of the season. Vaughan, good header, propels City forward once more. And here's Allsop in that favoured right-wing role. Cuts the ball back, Gota can't reach it, but Dickoff can. And Manchester City have got 3 goals against the much-fancied Walsall side. Suddenly a gap appears in the City defence. Andy Rammell has it. Weaver's beaten. Andy Rammell has grabbed a consolation for the visitors.
Gota. City using the wide open spaces of Main Road well. Pollock delivers. Touch from Danny Allsop, who's given Manchester City the lead. The slightest of touches, but it counted. Without a great following, fighting back. Come out in this second half with a vengeance, and there's Steve Fletcher. Well, he's enjoyed scoring at Main Road. Keep plugging away. Don't just having to come back and help. Now a chance for a counter-attack. Pollock makes good ground. He has Dickoff in support. Pollock's cross, Dickoff's touch. 2-1 to Manchester City in the classic counter-attack.
We started very brightly, and Bournemouth were probably playing as well as any side in the division at the time, and it was a good victory over Bournemouth, but we went there and had a 0-0 draw later on, but Bournemouth was a good victory. Walsall was a hard, very tight game. Walsall have done well. They've surprised me. They've stayed there all season, but all credit to them.
There are more glamorous local derbies than Macclesfield away, but City had to roll up their sleeves and get on with it in a professional manner.
Here's Jim Whitley, the substitute, the man who replaced Gary Mason. Whitley looking for the opening. Maybe it's coming on here for Sean Gota. Gota does well, steers it past the goalkeeper, and Sean Gota may have snatched it right at the death for Manchester City.
In mid-September, the table was taking shape. Preston and Bournemouth would stay challenging all season. City's start had been solid. they were right in touch.
Delap. Milano. Overlapping run from Delap. He's continued his run, and he's got it, and he scored! Well, Delap started that on the halfway line and finished it in the 6-yard box. Trying to play Derby at their own footballing game. Tiato! And that was an Aussie fastball. It's pleased the Lancastrians, it's 1-1. Some shot.
It was a fine performance against Premiership opposition, only marred by Jamie Pollock sending off for this elbow on Francesco Baiano.
So here go Chesterfield, Manchester City pinned back inside their own half. Chesterfield looking to open the scoring at Main Road. Good move down the right, Ebden in possession with the time to cross the ball in. Looking for Beaumont, it deflects, here's Reeves, right with the first save, but he couldn't keep it out the second time. And David Reeves, the former Bolton man, has struck at Main Road, and he enjoys it. Fenton joining the attack to Edgehill. Edgehill kills the ball in. Bradbury with a great header, and Lee Bradbury, heavily criticised by the City fans, has scored an equaliser.
Rory Delap hitting it long. One shot winning it well. And keeping it. One chop into the penalty area. One chop's cross comes shot. Oh, absolutely magical goal.
Acquitted ourselves well against Derby, particularly at Derby. They got a deflected goal here to win the game against us, but we did very well against Derby at Derby, drawing there.
So another sellout at the Sixfields Stadium. Manchester City proving the biggest draws in the second division. Got some defending to do here, though. Northampton pushing forward. That's an awkward one for Nicky Weaver to deal with. Oh, and he's dropped it. A chance for Northampton. Maybe City have got away with it. No, they haven't. A beautiful finish from Dean Peer. City are behind. Fenton to Edgehill. Popping up on the left-hand side. Finds Dickoff, who can weave his way through the balloons. Dickoff still has hold of it, crosses the ball in, there's Horlock. Dickoff! Oh, great finish from Paul Dickoff. He lashed it in, 1-1. So, free kick to Northampton. Ball cut in from the left-hand side. Weaver struggling, and he was struggling badly, Nicky Weaver. Carlo Corazin was there, and the City defence all over the place. So can City pull this one out of the fire? Bradbury to Gota. Gota, oh, it took a wicked deflection, and City don't care. It's 2-2 at the Sixfield.
Manchester City being forced onto the back foot by this spirited Millwall side. This is Neil. Control. Scrappy defending, falls to Harris. Exact finishing from the Millwall centre forward. Pollock with the corner, Gota misses it, Vikens makes a connection, and the equaliser is scored by Lee Bradbury, his 4th goal of the season, and another goal in the final minute of the game.
An explosive finish on an explosive night. Tony Vaughan was sent off for this collision with Paul Shaw. The bad blood finally boiling over. In the end, it meant another suspension that City could have done without.
Tiato for City, across halfway. Bradbury just helps it on, more in hope than anything else. Here's Gota, great finish from Gota. Cool, calculated and clinical. Burnley looking menacing. Fenton with what should have been a routine back pass, but he made a complete hash of it. And in stepped Andy Payton, one apiece. And Payton, well, mocking Fenton almost. Burnley threatening down the left through Glenn Little this time. Tracked by Mason. Little with a cross in though. Oh, what a finish! Andy Cook it was who got the goal, and Burnley have come from behind to take the lead. So City having to rescue another perilous situation. Vaughan with a high, hopeful cross in, knocked back in by Horlock. There's Gota. Allsop got the final touch, and the Australian Danny Allsop, well, he slipped in the end, but it didn't matter by that stage. 2-2.
There's 30,000 here, and they're enjoying this tense game of football. Western counter-attack has a chance for Macken, and he's bundled over by Teato, and the referee's given a penalty. The former Manchester United reserve team player bundled over. It's going to be Parkinson, who scores for Preston North End.
It was bitter disappointment against a Preston side that edged themselves into second place. City were going through something of a sticky patch, but crucially, they were still very much in the pack.
Conditions far from ideal then at Springfield Park, but the pitch was declared playable shortly before kick-off. And Manchester City trying to do their best in the circumstances. Mason, good ball in. Here's Gota. Oh, sweet finish from Sean Gota. What a classic strike from the Bermudan, and no wonder he looks pleased.
This is Olside with a cross. Battersby! That's a good Manchester name. And he's broken the City hearts. Tony Battersby with a very well taken goal. He's playing a gale in Lincolnshire. Olside's cross and a spectacular header cross. It's crossed the line. Weaver's going to disagree. And the goal is given to Austin. Linesman gave it. Final flourish as we approach the last 5 minutes. Meekins is up from the back. It takes a deflection. It deceives the goalkeeper. Richardson beaten by Holmes. It's now 2-1.
So, a test for City's defensive qualities. A corner kick from the Reading left. Williams with the flick, and Martin Williams has put Reading ahead, and doesn't he look pleased?
It was the lowest City would drop all season. They were 10 points behind Stoke. They needed new blood, and the manager responded magnificently.
It was a poor run, and side was changing, we were changing, wanted to go to a flat four. But didn't quite have the players we needed, and that's cost us dearly in the end. The draws, I mean, we've only lost one more game than Fulham all season, and only conceded one more goal than Fulham, so it was the draws in the end. Too many 0-0s, and particularly here at Main Road, where sides were coming off with high fives and celebrations for a 0-0 draw at that stage.
He's built like a flat-back four all-in-one. Andy Morrison, stolen from Huddersfield. What a signing, and what an immediate impact he made.
I had a bit of a fallout with the manager at Huddersfield, and you know, it was a few things were said that really there was no going back on. You know, I mean, one of us would have to bow down, like, you know, and it was obviously with him being the manager, then I'd have to, you know, move on. Like, I felt what I said was justified at the time, but you know, I mean, that's football. These things happen, you know, and that one door shuts, another one opens. You know, so I had the opportunity to come here.
She's looking lively. It's Gota. Looking for Branch, and he tumbles over, and the referee's convinced that the contact was enough to give a penalty. It's Horlock. It's 1-0. Kevin Horlock with a sure-footed side foot. It in, and that's a perfect connection. Andy Morrison, on his debut on loan to City, scores the second. It's cross, and it's Dazelle, the former Ipswich Town player.
Joe Royle then going back to his roots, taking on his old club, Oldham Athletic. Crooks delivers the ball into the space. Here's Edgehill, cuts the ball back in. Horlock, good finish, steered it past the Oldham goalkeeper Gary Kelly, and City are ahead. Horlock, the dead ball expert, must be favourite. Left-footed, and Kelly's beaten. Kelly a little suspect, but Horlock has put Manchester City 2 up at Boundary Park. So City looking for that 3-goal cushion. Sheridan with the clearance, only as far as Morrison. Plays a 1-2 with Gota. Morrison, terrific drive, thumped it into the top corner. His 2nd goal in 2 games for his new club.
It was the sort of start you dream of, you know. I mean, a goal on your debut at home, and then the winner, well, a goal in a local derby against Oldham, you know, and it was a bit special to go.
Goal of the season contender, that one.
Well, it wasn't bad. I don't know about goal of the season, but I didn't see much of it. I had my eyes closed at the time.
Morrison had lifted all those around him, yet City continued to struggle against the so-called smaller sides.
It's a mighty clearance. Or in keeping with the division as the ball goes through. There's a chance, and Edgehill has tripped the striker. The referee is going to book him. The worst news is, to go with it, there will be a penalty kick. Converted by Michael Simpson.
All season, City were reminded that with Division 2 status comes new and difficult challenges. When you're in Division 2, you start in round 1 of the FA Cup, at home to Halifax, in front of a nationwide audience.
Here's Craig Russell in space, and Russell has the finish. The goalkeeper couldn't keep it out. Craig Russell puts City ahead. Bishop looking to exploit the gaps in midfield, finds Gota, then it's laid off, and here's Craig Russell. He's already got 1, now he's got 2. He pokes it past the goalkeeper, and Craig Russell, restored to the side, gets his 2nd goal. So Halifax hopes hanging by a thread. City looking to make it through to the 2nd round draw. Here they go down the left-hand side. Well, Russell's already scored 2. Can he score a 3rd into the penalty area? Cuts the ball back, and selfishly, there's Gota, 3-0.
Let's face it, they were difficult to split all season. Gillingham at Main Road giving a taste of things to come. The City should have snatched all 3 points following an amazing mix-up. Sean Gota almost doing enough. In the end, Gillingham did enough to hang on.
Russell with the corner then for the visitors. Flights the ball towards the back post. Morrison's there with a magnificent header. The defender couldn't keep it out, and Andy Morrison triumphant. So City scored from a set piece, and so have Luton Town. The substitute Gary Doherty.
It was something of a bleak midwinter. City weren't losing, they just weren't turning draws into 3 points, and consequently the boys ahead were stealing a march.
Bennett's come up. The tackle is there as well. Dini spinning off now for a rehearsed move, and what a very good move, Bennett! It's Gary Bennett right on the line. Breaks here for Russell. Vikin's going in and looked as though he might be in the act of equalising. Was it Craig Liddell again?
Yeah, he's been magnificent, Martin, and he's got hurt for his troubles there. That's brave defending, because Vikins looks as if he's in. Superb ball in from Russell. Vikins gets the ball now. He's in, he thinks he's going to have a shot. And what brave defending from Craig Liddell. He has been absolutely magnificent.
It drops for Dickoff! A shot of real quality. May have spared Manchester City's embarrassment here.
Well, it really is only a case of a matter of time. City have been so dominant this second second half. We thought it would come from a set piece. You've got to feel sorry for these Darlington defenders because they think they've got it cleared, but what an absolutely fantastic volley from Paul Dickov. He really has been a thorn in the Darlington side, and that's composure, that's technique, and that's great finishing. And even David Priest, the form he's been in this evening, has no chance whatsoever. Bang, back of the onion bag.
Bowling with the clearance, gets good distance with it as well. Here's Christie challenging Steve Rimmer. Rimmer doing well so far, and that's a foul, penalty. And Manchester City, through Steve Rimmer, could go a goal behind here. So can Tommy Wright keep it out? Here's Lee Peacock, well driven into the corner. Wright beaten, and Mansfield ahead. Well, Peacock scored from 18 yards. Can he score from this range? Yes, he can, into the roof of the net. It may have been deflected, but Mansfield have given Manchester City a massive scare. So time running out for the home side, trailing by 2 goals to 0. Clipped forward into the path of Danny Allsop, looking to take on the Mansfield defence. Goes round the outside, still Allsop, and a sweet finish from Allsop. Steered the ball past the goalkeeper. City may be back in it.
The Auto Windshields, we took an opportunity to give senior players a game who hadn't been playing regularly, 1 or 2 young lads who hadn't had a chance, and whereas with other clubs it's classed as club rotation, the press did a job on us, and they all took photographs of empty stands which were closed anyway, so it was a bit naughty really, but that's what happened, and we lost the game.
The positive signs were there. It was just the momentum lacking. City again failing to finish off sides when the chances beckoned. Another 0-0 draw, this time against Bristol Rovers.
So City could face the lottery of the penalty shootout if they can't settle it in extra time. Looking to open up that Darlington defence though. Edgell with a crossing. Dickov did well there. Here comes Brown, edge of the penalty area. A wall of red shirts, but he's gone through them, and he's gone round the goalkeeper. Michael Brown has finished it. Superb solo run from Michael Brown, and that could seal it.
It's a ball aimed for Cresswell. This is the highly talented youngster a number of Premiership clubs are watching. Gets in a good cross. Falls to Connolly. The former Stockport player has scored for the Yorkshireman. Yo-yo game. As Russell chips the goalkeeper from, well, an acute angle, but he beat Bobby Mims. A great equaliser from Craig Russell. And it's called in. It's 2-1 York. Dawson scores.
Porlock prepares to take the corner kick then. High into the penalty area. Vikins with a header.
This is a repeat of the final day of last season, quite as emotionally charged. There's Sigurdsson! The Iceman kept a cool head. Manchester City now playing with 3 out-and-out strikers. To Dickov and Taylor. Flick. Gota won't let them rest in the defence. Taylor, Dickov. All 3 strikers work together to manufacture the equaliser. Header for Porlock. That's beginning to tire as the ball comes in. Taylor gets a touch, and he scores his first goal for Manchester City since joining them from Sheffield United.
We had probably 1 or 2 words at half-time, probably our biggest row of the season in the dressing room at half-time, because we were passing it, and going nowhere. And we changed the system at half-time, pushed an extra man up front, and really got about them. And quite honestly, changed it around to win 2-1. And if that was the catalyst that changed our season, it probably changed Stokes as well, because I don't think they had too much fortune after that.
Joe's right, it was a turning point. With Fulham off and running, City had to respond and respond now. There was no margin for error. They simply couldn't afford any more slips.
Well, so far, so good for City. Without wishing to tempt fate, they've acquitted themselves well against their Premiership opponents, but Wimbledon could be dangerous here. The ball crossed in from the left-hand side. Here's Michael Hughes, a former City player, back to Court, and Court has the finish.
There was nothing in the game, and the Lady Lions person had one of our players sent off and one of theirs sent off, and in the end it cost us. You know, it just cost us. It cost us with Andy for a suspension, although the Wimbledon player got off it. And we were a bit unfortunate to lose that game. A draw would have been a fair result, but you're right, it's a good form line, hopefully, for the future.
The first league game of '99, and let's credit the goalkeeper. City's defensive record excellent all season, with Nick Weaver in record-breaking form. 26 clean sheets in total, and saves like that, you can understand why.
A little lad called Terry Cook played for Wrexham against us, and we knew of Terry and were watching him anyway, so spoke to Alex when he was available after his loan at Wrexham, and he too came in and played a big part in the turnaround.
Vaughan. Edgehill. Looking for a runner, picks out Gota. Layoff was good to Michael Brown. Brown picks out the runner, who's Crooks. In towards Taylor, Gota, and it's in! Sean Gota opens a scoring to a crescendo of noise at Main Road. Taylor could do nothing about it. Crooks had the ball on the right-hand side. He guided it in at pace. Taylor and Gota jumped, and Gota, who hasn't scored since November, has now. Crooks. Cook. Taylor, no offside. What a chance. He's missed it. He still has it. But in the end, it goes a-begging, and Fulham will wonder why the offside flag was never raised, and Taylor will wonder how he managed not to score. Crooks. Looking for Gota. Again, there's no offside again. Taylor's in the clear. What a chance! And this time, it's two. Well, the first one he missed. The second, he most certainly didn't. Once again, the assistant on the far side must be in question. The flag stayed down. Taylor said thank you, and he smashed it home. Now Crooks. Gota's on the chase, Coleman won't get there, Sean Gota! Oh, great save by Mike Taylor. Well, Kevin Horlock is the Manchester City free kick expert, and he is surely the man who's going to pull the trigger, and he does! Manchester City are 3 clear. It was as near to being in the penalty area as it could be without being a penalty, and once Horlock struck it, the wall's deflection took it beyond Taylor.
The atmosphere, you know, when it's a full ice here is unbelievable. We've just got to keep that going. We know if we give 100%, then the fans are going to get behind us. We do that every game, and then we won't lose many.
Tempting cross. So we're emerging as one of the surprise packages of the season. Darren Rack, former Derby player. Marsh's cross. Rack's flick, right across the area, and it's Andy Watson who scores. A manic goal. whose presence is putting them off. And it creates a goal which is finally headed over the line by Jamie Pollock.
In goes Cook's corner, Taylor trying to get up at the back, it's Beacons! His first goal of the season, and what a brilliantly executed strike it was!
Well, the Stoke City, Rob, are going to get anything tonight. They're going to have to defend set pieces once again. There's panic in there, and Beacons does ever so well. The ball goes high, he times it perfectly, he lets the ball drop off his chest, swings the right foot, and what a great finish this is. Muggleton, no chance. Once again, Stoke can't get it clear, on the just in the head actually. Great finish, right foot, top corner, and that's top-class skills from Beacons. Great finish, 1-0.
Weaver again looking to Taylor. Taylor trying to find Dickoff, and it's gone in! Would you believe it? Well, what a way to break the deadlock! A howler from Nigel Spink. The flick by Taylor, the prod by Dickoff, and well, a European Cup winner maybe, but that is what is possible when you don't concentrate. Crooks. Now Cook. Targets up ahead of him. Cook selling the dummies, bending the ball in. Oh, it's gone in! And Terry Cook has perhaps sealed the game. No question, it was a cross, but it looped over Spink and into the back of the net. Taylor muscles his way from Scott Fitzgerald. Now Cook. A lovely play by Cook. Taylor's on the far. Number 3, Kevin Horlock. Well, Terry Cook has scored one, and he's responsible for another. Taylor with a back header, and Horlock on the line, and Millwall are sunk. Cross, I take it?
Seen the keep off the line. No, probably meant as a cross, but I'm not bothered. He's gone in the net, and that's what I want. I'd like to get on the score sheet.
You're providing a different option now for Manchester City down that right-hand side. You must be delighted with the way it's going.
Oh yeah, I'm an attacking player. I'll just I'm positive, go straight for the goal, and I get first-time crossing. That's why I've been brought up at United, and obviously I'm taking it onto the field at Main Road, and I'm giving the centre forward some good crosses, some good goal-scoring chances as well.
Bournemouth away was always going to be difficult, but when Jamie Pollock was controversially sent off, City found themselves at first down to 10, and then to 9 when Kevin Horlock also saw red. In the end, a point was admirable.
We've come in, we've competed very fairly. You know, it wasn't a bad-tempered game, but we've had 2 men sent off and we've had 6 books. I mean, that is just absolutely ludicrous.
Just about kept in play. Hitchin sold his goalkeeper short. It's Gota! Oh, he squeezed it in! Only his second goal of 1999. City have been so much stronger than their Northwest rivals. Gota, Taylor, teases the defenders and puts it through the goalkeeper. 2-0. Now surely the victory is complete.
And now it's Beaumont. Hooks it across, chances here, Ebden! And how did that stay out? Reeves, that's got in! The first one stayed out from Marcus Ebden, the second one from David Reeves was unstoppable. I think Joe Royle will sense what an important day this is, and it's Crooks now forward, good shot! What a strike! What a goal from Lee Crooks! And you've just seen a piece of history. It's his first ever goal, and what a one to start with.
Even in February, Fulham looked to be safe, but the queue behind was getting tighter and tighter, with City in playoff contention, but still eyeing up the outright promotion spot. But it was the draws that would hamper them. Northampton at home, the 6th goalless draw of the season. Michael Brown's twist and shot almost forced a breakthrough, but sides were coming to Main Road defending as if their lives depended on it.
Morrison's header, Gota invited to chase, Terry Cook is there as well. Gota's gone forward for the ball, it's come deep towards Horlock, it's 1-0. Well, they've looked the brighter Manchester City, they'd had the better options going forward, and now they have the goal. And 4,500 travelling fans go wild with joy, as too do the players. It was a lovely move on the counter-attack, a super ball in by Terry Cook, and Horlock's finish was crisp and accurate. Plenty of targets to aim for. Morrison! 2-0. And the big skipper was one of those targets. He had 2 headers cleared off the line for Manchester City against Northampton on Saturday, but he's made amends tonight. They've got so many big men, Manchester City, that if the ball is delivered into the right area, this can happen. Flick on was a good one, a chance for Gota. 3-0. Well, that's what managers love to see. A flick on from one centre forward, a finish from the other, and Gota has made it 3-0. And surely now he's guaranteed the points for Manchester City. Took it well and slid it under the body of Paul Crichton. Well, good tackling back, Manchester City with a chance to break again. Here's Michael Brown, look how many green and yellow shirts there are at the moment. 4 on 4. No offside, Taylor, Gota, 4-0. Well, they were just queuing up, and at the front of the queue was Sean Gota, at the back was Paul Crichton. And he's conceded his 9th goal in 2 matches. Well, they were just queuing up, the markings all over the place, unselfish from Taylor, easy from Gota. And tell you what, the fans are leaving in their droves all around me here. My goodness, the reaction, leaving with they're voting with their feet. Taylor, Gota, good dummy, there's a man over to the right-hand side, and Manchester City are looking for number 5. There are 2 men in the middle for Terry Cook. Gota, number 5, and a hat-trick for Sean Gota. And he picks up the match ball as if to say, I'm taking it home tonight. Well, this surely must be a first for Burnley. I don't think a team has ever conceded 5 goals at home in successive matches. But Burnley have now. Look at the number of players left over here, and of all people, Sean Gota for the hat-trick. Edgehill. Here's Ford, it's given away again. Manchester City are looking again, there's no offside, there's 3 on 2, surely number 6. It is, eventually. Gareth Taylor and Danny Allsop, and Allsop's the man who gets it. Well, Gareth Taylor hugs Danny Allsop, and in truth, Taylor left it for Allsop. There's Taylor by the penalty spot. There's Allsop running away from the penalty spot. There it is, number 6.
I was pleased, pleased to have gotten the hat-trick, but we know it was an important result for us. We needed to get a win, and we also needed to get goals. So, delighted for myself, but as well as the rest of the team.
Bolton are in a precarious position in the division, but Joe Royle won't be giving them any charity. Edgehill did then. This is Matthew Tipton. Edgehill, well, put City in danger, and now he's conceded a penalty. There's little argument. It's a big moment for Paul Reed. Can he keep his concentration? He can. Coolly, casually slotted away. Everybody up for Oldham, and it's powered home by Lee Duxbury. Here's Michael Brown. Great speed, great skill by Brown. Takes a deflection, the goalkeeper half stops it, it's not enough to stop Taylor. Gareth Taylor scores.
It's imperative then that City redeem themselves after losing to Oldham at the weekend. Here's Horlock with space on the left-hand side. The delivery is good. Notts County doing well, though, to close ranks. Here's Cook with the cross. It's a wicked one as well, and Brown with a header. A flashing header from Michael Brown, and Manchester City have broken the deadlock. Now Horlock from deep, linking up well with Paul Dickoff. Horlock streaks forward. Great crossfield move. Suddenly the Notts County defence is stretched. Here's Cook. Cook! Great finish from Terry Cook. And his price tag has surely gone up a bit more following that goal. County pressing forward. Manchester City, for the moment at any rate, standing firm. What will this cross produce? Good save from Weaver. But here's a chance. Mark Stallard has driven the ball in. And it was Richard Lybird's initial effort that caused problems.
Gota takes it well, takes it superbly well. Well, that was worth the pay-per-view money. Bermuda International saving his very best for the TV audience. Great first touch and a blast of a second touch. Made it easy for himself and made it impossible for the goalkeeper.
Half an hour gone then. Free kick to City. Here's Cook. Cook curls the ball in. Oh, what a goal from Terry Cook. Reminiscent of his Old Trafford teammate David Beckham. But Cook's done the business for his new club, Manchester City. Appeals for handball. Play on, says the referee. And that means City can move forward on the attack. They've made an impressive start to this second half. And they could get a second goal here. Sean Gota against the goalkeeper through his legs. And the big Bermudan striker has grabbed the goal and the glory. The Cook's got one from a free kick. Can he do it again? Yes, he can. Terry Cook gets his second goal of the game. And suddenly, the man on loan from Old Trafford is the darling of the City supporters. Reading comprehensively beaten on their own pitch, looking for a consolation goal. Nicky Weaver will want to keep a clean sheet. He could be struggling here, though. That slip by Vikins, and Weaver is beaten. Reading get the goal, but it's too late.
So with 8 games left, City still had the chance of going straight up. 7 points the difference with Preston, and the Blues were banging form with others running out of steam.
Play from Edgehill. Now Pollock. Away from Barlow. Lovely ball if Allsop can get there, but he can't. And the goal stands! Terry Cook! Unbelievable! Everyone was looking around. It was like watching the statues. But the goal from Cook stands as Greenall lays flat on the floor. Terry Cook pokes it in.
both sides flexing their muscles in the opening minute. Here's Ayres for Preston, looking to force his way past Lee Crooks, does well onto his left foot, then crosses the ball in, Basham with a header! Weaver's beaten, and what a dreadful start for the visitors. Preston grab the lead. Taylor lurking down the left for City, needs support. Horlock is there, he crosses the ball in, it reaches Gota can't control it, but Brown drives the ball in, it took a deflection, it spun off a defender, and a priceless goal for Michael Brown.
If anyone deserved to win that day, we did, but Preston came a little bit stronger at the end. Feel sorry for Preston, they were there all season. You know, Preston played some great football, Preston, and more so even Bournemouth. But you're right, I mean, that day, that neither of us wanted 1 point, one of us wanted 3 points. In the end, Walsall just never stopped. I mean, you have to tip your hat to them, and Ray Graydon's probably manager of the year for me.
It's a slight wind making it awkward for the Lincoln goalkeeper. Off target, miraculously the ball is still in play. Still 18 players inside the penalty area, the most telling of whom is Dickoff. Well, the smallest man in the penalty area rises high to give Manchester City the lead. Manchester City streaking forward, the goalkeeper half gets there. Dickoff, 2-0. Dickoff's second goal in the space of 11 minutes. Joe Royle has told his players more of the same, please, for the second half. Bishop. Dickoff. It creeps in for his first ever hat-trick in league football. City going for the fourth. Gota. And a blast through the pack from Horlock. 4-0 and just over an hour gone. It's a rout.
Weaver looking to release City down the left-hand side. Horlock bangs it forward. Good flick on by Gota. Now here's Dickoff. Dickoff only has the goalkeeper to beat, took his time and then placed it neatly beyond him. And what a week it's been for Paul Dickoff. 4 goals in 2 games. Horlock with the in-swinging corner then from the City right, flicked on by the defender, and an easy finish for Tony Vaughan, his first goal of the season, and he was helped by one of the Luton defenders who flicked the corner on.
Dickoff. It's a game which has been played at a frightening pace. Terry Cook! His 6th goal for Manchester City. What a great acquisition he's been. Manchester United's loss has been City's major game. It's going to be Horlock. Well, it was direct and to the point and took a bobble or two. And it's Manchester City 2, Gillingham 0.
They're good at what they do, and we respect that, but we went there and stood up to it and pinched a couple of goals. Late on could have been 1 or 2 more, but that was a great win and a big statement, really. At that stage, it was a big statement. They know City were coming strong. Never quite made it, but you know that was a tremendous win. Not many sides have won at Gillingham.
They look to have left it just too late. Walsall wouldn't lie down. The bonus, City's end-of-season form.
Well, this game means as much to Wycombe as it does to Manchester City. Wycombe fighting a battle against relegation. What a promising start from the visitors. Devine flicks the ball on Andrew Baird with the finish, and Nicky Weaver beaten. He came off his line, couldn't reach it. Wycombe 1 up. Half an hour played then at Main Road. Wycombe with the lead and looking to extend it by the look of things. Here they go again. Devine this time, who set up the first, scores the second. And what embarrassment for Manchester City. 2 down, and at this rate, on course for only their 2nd league defeat this year. There's plenty of time for City to rescue the situation as we move towards half-time. Gota tries to feed it through, not once, not twice, but for a third time, still working hard, the centre-forward. Now it's Dickov to Cook, perhaps a little deeper than he would have liked, but he finds Danny Allsop. Allsop pulls the ball back, and Gota gets the goal that could give Manchester City a lifeline. This is good pressure from City, looking to find a way through that heavily populated Rovers defence. Gota makes the challenge, it comes out to Cook, he's unsuccessful. Here's Edge on the left-hand side. Horlock will try his luck as well, curls the ball in, beyond Gota, here's Cook again, and there's Gota! Owen Gota has put City ahead, and he's listening out for the taunts of the Bristol Rovers supporters. Cook with another bender, into the top corner, beyond the wall, and the goalkeeper, and Cook strikes again. City cruising towards victory, surely. 2 goals to the good, a matter of minutes remaining. Bristol Rovers looking to salvage something. Here goes Roberts, challenged by Lee Crooks. Roberts, though, drills it past Nicky Weaver, and a goal for Bristol Rovers that gives them hope. City looking to keep things tight at the back. Morrison with a challenge alongside Vaughan. Vaughan against Pritchard, and it's a penalty. Well, that looked extremely harsh on Tony Vaughan, the substitute, and no wonder he's arguing with the referee. He appeared to turn away and was punished, and he's going to get a yellow card. So Curtin, the man charged with the task of scoring the penalty against Nicky Weaver. It's 2-2, and that spoils City's day.
Ball from Edgehill. Goalkeeper's come way out of his goal, and he's made it easy for Dickov. No goalkeeper to beat. Quarter of the game gone, it's 1-0. Trepidation, depending on this result and others around the country, could well be relegated. Dickov, great 1-2, great goal. Trusty left boot of Kevin Horlock. How many times has he blasted them in from distance this season? To rush, it's taken quickly and wisely, and it's Jeff Whitley. His first goal for Manchester City, and he's waited a long time for this celebration. Just a couple of minutes to go. Maybe their second division life is slipping away from York City. We'll find out in a couple of minutes. It could get worse. Allsop beat the defender, beat the goalkeeper. It's 4-0. Manchester City finishing the season and the game very strongly.
But it was Fulham who were the champions. Walsall, the surprise side of Division 2, hanging on as City's fantastic late charge just failed to overhaul them. Yet in many ways, the season had only just started. The playoff semi-finals first leg, Wigan away at Springfield Park.
Wigan Athletic immediately sending the ball towards Simon Howarth, who didn't make the game at Main Road, but is certainly a potent threat on his day. That's a dreadful error, and what a start for Wigan Athletic, and what a disaster for Manchester City. Stuart Barlow inside 20 seconds, and Gerard Vikins, Mr. Reliable, was anything but. Well, can you believe it? Vikins, now Edgehill, trying to offer some width down this tight pitch. And that's too close to the goalkeeper. Gota's got there, and he's unlucky. A bit of space opening up. Howarth, well, he was given a little bit too much room there, really. Didn't manage to angle his header goal bound, but there'll be one or two questions that will be asked by the Manchester City back line. Now Michael Brown. Gota pulling away to the right-hand side. Brown's going on his own for a moment. Still has it. Michael Brown all the way off the crossbar. Fantastic effort from Michael Brown. Great tackle by Edgehill. Not over. City with men over. Gota can't get there. Stuart Balmer does. And Manchester City are getting closer and closer. And Michael Brown once again at the heart of things for Manchester City. He did everything but score. Gota. Whitley. Brown. Cook. Gota, he'll get there. He's got the pace. He hasn't got the finish because Roy Carroll makes the save. And Sean Gota is very, very unlucky. Good save from Roy Carroll. Gota got there first. Carroll with the outstretched right palm. And it was a good save. Horlock swings it in. It'll come as far as Whitley on the edge of the area. His volley had a little on it. Now Gota! Oh, he fell over. A crucial moment. Vaughan! Oh, it was his wrong foot. Much stronger on the right, sorry, on the left than the right, and it fell to his right side. Crooks has made his way to the near. Gota is there too. Crooks has won it. Gota's looking. Crooks again. Good effort. Well gathered in by Roy Carroll. Gota. Dickoff, chance to turn maybe. Thumped away by Balmer. Whitley battling. O'Neill gets the better of him. And again, and again. Here's Liddell, 2-on-1. Graham Jones on march in the middle, and Liddell goes for glory. And Weaver makes his first save of the contest and does so brilliantly. Edgehill battling with Barlow, who does well, but Horlock intervenes and swiftly. Now Michael Brown, Allsop up ahead of him. Taylor on the far post, Dickoff is as well. Dickoff! Majestic! Fabulous goal from Paul Dickoff, and Joe Royle is off the bench and is punching the air. What a brilliant goal from Paul Dickoff. And you can bet your bottom dollar that Gerard Beekins will be the first over to congratulate him, as too is Nicky Weaver. It was a fantastic finish from Paul Dickoff. Here's Danny Allsop for Manchester City. Bends it in. Oh, it must be, surely! Taylor, 2-1, now he's missed it. Unbelievable. He took his time and he found the side netting. It reached him, he had the time, he took the time, and he missed it. Carroll's missed it! Oh, what a chance for Tony Vaughan. He knows it too. Tremendous noise. Blue Moon, you might be able to hear the Manchester City anthem chorusing around Main Road. And that's at 0-0. Crooks forward. Gota looking to get there before Greenall. Dickoff on the chase. Hooked away well by Pat McGibbon. Back in by Cook. There's no offside. Dickoff! Straight into the arms of Roy Carroll. Now, Terry Cook has dispatched the odd free kick from this range. Kevin Horlock goes for power. Cook for bending. And it'll be Horlock. Oh, and it whistled past the post. Gota tried to get on the end of it. Carroll had flung himself across the face of the goal. And how far adjacent was it? Not too far. Here's Brown. Cook making the run. Good tackle again by Barmer. The three centre-halves of Wigan working well together at the moment. Wickley. Now Brown. Horlock. Gota! It's in! And does it? No, it doesn't stand. It doesn't stand. The referee, I think, has given a free kick, has he? Well, there's all sorts of confusion. It is indeed standing well. Carl Bradshaw's furious, but Manchester City celebrate, and the referee has given the goal. Well, that was extraordinary. Wigan were convinced it was a handball. Our replay will prove it. Which way was it? Handball or chest? Well, it's not that conclusive, is it? Wigan was certain it was a handball, but the goal stands and Manchester City are ahead, and that is the important statistic. Barlow trying to offer himself. Here is Barlow, closed down by Wickley, but finds Bradshaw, trying to flick it over the top, and he got there. Barlow, oh dear. Well, perhaps the cross might have been a more sensible opportunity there. 6 minutes of normal time remain. Wigan with a free kick on the edge of the Manchester City area, needing a goal to take the game to extra time. Weevil can't get there, and it's off the crossbar. Still not away, it is now. And City hanging on. Back in by Barmer, miskicked, and Edgehill will clear. And you can cut the tension with a knife. And Graham Jones came within a whisker of putting the sides level again. Good header off the bar. Dickoff lets the ball do the work, looking for support, gets away, looking for Taylor maybe on the far post. There is Gareth Taylor! Oh, it's at the goalkeeper, and Roy Carroll saves. Forward by David Lee, Vikins backwards, gets in the way and clears it towards Edgehill. The captain, Dickoff's onside. Now then, can he seal the tie? Holds up play, eats up the seconds. Pollock. He's got a similar mind. Whitley sliced it horribly. Jeff Whitley pulled back the trigger, couldn't find the shot. Tension unbearable. Well, if you're a neutral, it's still unbearable. It's over now. Manchester City are at Wembley. The crowd pour onto the field. Ray Mathias's men have tried so hard. Against the odds, Wigan got into the playoffs. Against the odds, perhaps. They've dug in deep, and despite all their efforts, it's Manchester City who go to Wembley Stadium. This club, with their fanatical support, 32,000 have packed in on so many occasions. They've negotiated Wigan. They've wanted to return to Wembley since 1981, and they're going to get the opportunity. The demand for tickets will be huge. It's going to be a massive day for the club, even of the size of Manchester City. It doesn't matter how you get there. The important thing in the playoffs is to get there, and Manchester City have done it.
It had been 23 years since Manchester City had last won at Wembley, and how they needed a win now. The magnificent fans that have followed them so faithfully, out in their thousands massed at the tunnel end. It had been a season of transition, and how important one more victory would be in terms of the improvement and development of the City side under Joe Royle. Division 1 was beckoning in the playoff final. What drama was about to unfold right here, right now.
Here we go then, the most important 90 minutes in the history of Gillingham Football Club. They've won the toss, they wear their traditional blue, Man City in the yellow, and the atmosphere, Brian Horton, is absolutely electric.
It's fantastic. Two sides that have both fought very hard to get here, and it's got the makings of a terrific game. Two different systems. I think they're in for a great game.
Edgehill. Now Andy Hessenthaler comes forward. Carlos Saba to his right. Only Mickey Galloway in the box. The cross is good. Galloway. Well, that was the best chance of the game so far. Mick Galloway given space. He might have done better.
Saba's knocked a great ball back post here. And it's a great save from Nicky Weaver. It's going to go in the top corner, and that's the first real attempt we've had at goal so far.
Encouraging early signs for Gillingham. Andy Hessenthaler with the corner. All the big men forward. This one's deep. Pennock looks for it, won't find it, comes back to Galloway. And City can half clear, only as far as Nicky Southall. The big men have stayed forward. Patterson's cross. This time Butters goes up. Almost fell for Galloway again. And now Hessenthaler, really good spell this by Gillingham. And that is certainly a free kick. Really good spell this by Gillingham, Brian.
It is. They've settled down a bit quicker than Man City, and they put a little bit of pressure on Man City's goal now.
It all comes through that man, Andy Hessenthaler. He keeps them ticking.
I feel he's their outstanding player. He's a busy little player, likes to get forward and make things happen.
Dangerous position again. Nicky Southall will take it. Taylor's in there. Pennock's in there. So's Ashby. Nicky Weaver can claw it away, and he did pretty well. Jeff Whitley will complete the clearance. Ashby forward for Asaba, nicely brought down. Tries to run round Gerard Weekens, but he had too much know-how. Gives away the throw. Mark Patterson will take. Not afraid to push people forward, Gillingham. Hessenthaler short. To Galloway. Neat piece of skill. There could be a break on here. Sean Gota has Paul Dickoff to his right. Picks him out. Michael Brown. Terry Cook is bombing forward too. Comes to Terry Cook. Tries to go round Nicky Southall, but in the end pulls it back. And Paul Smith did well to block the cross. Now Lee Crooks from range. Well, that was a really good effort by Lee Crooks, the right back coming forward. And that was close.
That's a very close attempt. Lee Crooks is a midfield player originally, and he's come forward and hit a great right foot shot, just inches wide. Tremendous cross shot there. You see it from the back post, inches away.
Vince Bartram will tell you he had that one covered.
He will.
Never been here before. And they'll be happy with the start their side has made. Here's Edgehill. Inside again to Whitley. Useful touch. Back to Edgehill. Might fall for him. He goes wide in the end. Paul Dickoff. That's a useful ball. Really dangerous ball by Paul Dickoff. And City are growing in confidence.
That's a great little ball from Dickoff. I think what we're seeing from Man City here is that we're trying to push the full-backs forward and give Gillingham a problem. They're not playing with wide players, and I think that's what they've got to do, City, is get the two full-backs, and Edge will join in quickly there.
Terry Cook. That's a neat ball forward for Dickoff in the channel, but Bartram, his best man, will get there first. Now Cooks won that back. The cross is loose. Bartram's kick. Again, Taylor goes up, but it's beaten to it by Morrison. And now Dickoff can come inside, but Nicky Southall had tracked back. He's dispossessed, though. A chance now for Terry Cook. Across a good one, Paul Dickoff. Well, a good stop by Vince Bartram.
Cook's done really well there. Dickoff plays him back in, and it's a fantastic cross. Horlock going in from the left-hand side, and I feel he probably should score from there. They'll feel that's a good save, Bartram, but it's a great chance to go 1-0 for Man City.
Best chance of the game, that for City, no doubt about it. And a warning for Gillingham. Morrison forward again. Kevin Horlock actually scored between the sides at Priestfield, a 2-0 victory for Man City that day. Ashby forward. And again, Hessenthaler tries to knock it on, but it runs out for a Manchester City throw. First time Bartram's been called into action, really good stop. Barry Ashby's long ball forward again. Looks for Taylor, but finds Asaba. Might get his cross in. Comes to Southall. Again, the big man forward. Taylor looks for it, can't win it. And eventually City come away with it. Kevin Horlock, long ball looking for Sean Gota. Hessenthaler gets a foot in. Terry Cook just comes inside. Not a bad try. And he's their danger man, Terry Cook. He can shoot from distance.
He'll go both ways. He likes to go down the outside to get crosses in, but it showed him inside down here. He's quite capable of coming inside on his left foot, and just again about a yard wide. Can't let him come inside. There he is again. He's got the fullback lined up there, and he's trying to send him down the outside, and he comes inside. Dangerous ploy.
Well, these playoff finals are never football classics, but they're always exciting, always high on tension, high on drama. This one's no different, although chances really have been few and far between in this first half. You would have to say that City have just shaded it. Now Gota can turn. But again, Patterson was quickly to him. Taylor wins the header. 2 against 2 here. Asaba might try taking on Crooks, spreads it wide instead to Hessenthaler. Into the middle. Taylor's waiting. It comes to Carl Asaba, but it's going to be offside. It's been ruled out for offside. Carl Asaba putting the ball in the net, but the linesman's flag was quickly up.
The linesman's flag went very, very quickly. It was the right decision. It was a great opportunity. I think had Taylor's shot flew in the net, then the linesman might not have put his flag up, but certainly the right decision. There you see him just standing offside. I think if the shot had gone in straight into the net, I think the linesman wouldn't have put his flag up.
Well, the Gillingham fans are behind the opposite goal. They probably couldn't see that one too clearly. It's wide again. Chance for City to break. The cross is a good one. And Richard Edgehill coming in. Just couldn't quite direct his header goalwards.
I think this is what everybody wants to see now. It's going from end to end, and it's a great little ball. Dickoff might have been offside there, but again, Cook gets round the back. Edgell, as I've just said, to try and get the full-backs forward, and headed it about 3 or 4 yards wide. Looked closer than it actually was. But I think that's what they've got to do, Man City, is try and get those full-backs forward.
Could just do with varying it slightly. It's all a bit long at
exactly.
the
It's
moment.
too stereotype. You know, they're defending well, but they can't get players forward enough. I think Patterson from the right-hand side has got to try and join us. Akers, because City are playing a straight back four, and I think he's got to try and push further forward.
Well, there goes the half-time whistle. The Gillingham fans take to their feet. It's been a frantic first half here at Wembley. Chances for either side, the best though really falling for Manchester City. But this game could still go either way, and at half-time it's Gillingham 0, Manchester City 0. Well, the rain has started falling here at Wembley, but neither set of supporters will mind that, providing their side is in Division 1 in 45 minutes' time. If not, we have extra time and then penalties. Carla Saba, nice ball wide. Paul Smith breaking. Well, he goes down under a challenge. It wasn't a penalty, though. And he's back to collect it again. Well, what a good start to the second half by Gillingham.
It was just outside the box anyway. It wasn't a penalty. I think Smith tried to look for it a little bit. Edgell just gets a toe to it and it goes off Smith.
Both sides could just do with varying it slightly. Now Gota. Edgell looks for Cook, wide on the right-hand side. This could be dangerous. Michael Brown will take. Lobs it in there. Again, though, Butters is up. And they're the sort of balls that Gillingham's defenders will deal with all day. Through again. Brown again will take. Again it goes in, and this time Patterson clears. And we have a Manchester City corner, and the City fans find their voice again. Andy Morrison has come up. Gerard Weekins is there too. Horlock takes, swung in. Oh, that was dangerous. And it's gone out for a second City corner. Good spell this.
Yeah, they've put a bit of pressure on with 2 long throws. Now they've forced the corner. Cook's going to take this one. Looks like an outswinger. Horlock's there with him.
And it's taken by Brown. Comes on the Gillingham defender. Might fall for Crooks. Wide again for Cook. More defending to do here for Gillingham. Bartram should take this and does. Well, some nervy moments there.
They get an easy take for Bartram there, though. It's a nothing cross from Cook, and yeah, but they're putting a bit of pressure on now, City.
Comes to Paul Smith. Has space here. Tries from range. It was well wide.
I think he spotted Weaver off his line now, and I think he tried to just clip it over him. Didn't quite connect with it.
Just waiting to make the change. Ian Bishop, who will play in midfield. Tony Vaughan will play at the back. And it looks as though it could be Andy Morrison, the captain, who's going off. It is.
Well, unless Andy was struggling, I can't see why that change has been made. I can't see who Bishop's coming for at this present time. Taking the time to put the boards up.
Ian
and
Bishop.
taking Michael Brown off. Bishop for Brown.
Ian Bishop, who has never played at Wembley in his 16-year career.
He's been a very, very good player, very good footballer, and I think Joe will want him to get his foot on the ball. I think they've got to try and dictate the game a little bit more, Man City, and I think that's what he'll be expecting Bishop to do.
If you were Tony Pulis now, would you gamble and try and win this game in normal time, or would you be looking to try and hold out?
I think if I was Tony, I think I'd keep it the same at the moment. They're doing OK, Gillingham. Man City have had a lot of possession without creating too much, so I think Tony will be quite happy at the present time and maybe gamble a little bit later.
Still have John Hodge and Darren Carr on the bench. Hodge is a winger. Darren Carr would play at the back, so may well see John Hodge at some point. Has a reputation as a super sub. Here's Taylor. Good ball wide to Asaba. No real support though. Can't quite find his way back to Taylor. Only as far as Southall. Men forward here for Gillingham. They cross it again. Oh, it was Saunders with the header. What a really good chance that was. Mark Saunders' first real touch.
That's a great ball in from Southall, and he's coming late, diving header, and it just goes across him. It's a great chance for Gillingham here. He's made a fantastic run, just doesn't quite make enough contact on the ball. These are the balls that are needed today, not hopeful balls. These flashing balls across the face of people.
Taylor's knock's a good one. Hessenthaler's overlapping. The cross wasn't bad either, but it's well cut out by Gerald Weekins. Neat triangles, and Man City come away. Chance here for Paul Dickoff. He's got Terry Cook bombing forward to his right. Only Sean Gota for him. It might come for Gota. It's off the post. And what an escape for Gillingham. Sean Gota off the post. And that is unquestionably Manchester City's best chance of the game.
It was a great ball out of defence by Edgill down the right-hand side for Dickoff. Cook makes a good run. He crosses it back in. Is it a very narrow angle? Gota's right at the back post, very narrow angle, and does well to hit the post, to hit the target from there.
Nervous moments these for Gillingham. It's cleared though by Adrian Pennock. Well done, Andy Hessenthaler. Really good piece of play. Asaba here has Robert Taylor breaking for him as well. And a chance here to break. Lacking support, but he might go it alone. Taylor curls one. Always going wide of Nicky Weaver.
Again, he had a quick look up. He saw Weaver away, and it was a great attempt. Just didn't quite curl it back enough. But he gets his head up here. He sees Weaver, comes inside and tries to curl one round the back post.
Now here's Taylor.
The game's certainly livened up now. Chances both ends. I think both sides are trying to win it in normal time.
The atmosphere is absolutely terrific. It really is.
The game's picked up second half. Some tremendous action now.
Chances for either side in the last 10 minutes or so. Possibly one here for Gillingham. Guy Butters puts the ball down. Still committing men forward, Gillingham. 10 minutes left. Butters puts that one in, but Nicky Weaver was always favourite. He could be stretched here. Again, Dickoff in the channel. That's a great touch inside. Patterson was there with him. Chance though for Cook. That's a good save by Vince Bartram. He got a touch on that.
That's a fantastic save. Great break from Man City. Weaver catches it and they come out very, very quickly. Comes to the Cook at the edge of the box and he strikes a great left foot shot. Again, Dickoff is involved in the build-up. The Cook comes inside it the first time and a great save.
Here's Cook again. Not a good ball in this
Wasted
time.
Cross again.
Well, Hessenthaler goes in really strongly there. The play is continuing. Ian Bishop. Terry Cook again, another good cross, panics there. Lovely ball by Bishop. That's what he's there for. Well played, Mark Saunders. Well, you can't take your eyes off this game for one moment right now. It's end-to-end stuff. And this could still be won by either side. Nice ball inside by Asaba. Paul Smith turns, good ball, Carl Asaba, real chance, he scored! Carl Asaba has scored for Gillingham! It's the most important goal he will ever score! And with only 9 minutes left on the clock, that could be the goal that sends Gillingham into the top 2 divisions for the first time in their history.
That was great play by Smith. He held on to the through ball, turned, and he's played a great ball into the path of Asaba, who stuck the ball in great. Here he goes. It's a great ball. Asaba follows it on. Smith turns back and plays a little reverse ball back down, and Asaba's hit a great ball into the roof of the net.
The finest moment in Gillingham's 106-year history. It could be the goal that takes them to the First Division. And the 34,000 Gillingham fans are on their feet. The blue and white flags being waved. And now they have some 8 minutes to hold on. Well, Manchester City have been everyone's favourites. They said they couldn't lose. They still might not. Here's Terry Cook inside. Again, Butters is there. Back to Bishop. Still defending to be done. Lee Crooks. Again, the defending is good. Comes back in. Paul Dickoff. Great save by Vince Bartram. That was a super save by Vince Bartram. With his feet from Paul Dickoff. And a chance here for Gillingham to come forward again.
That was a fantastic save from Bartram. That looked like it was going to be a goal all the way. He stuck his foot out and made a magnificent save.
Well, if you're a Gillingham fan, you will be going through sheer hell. Now Hessenthaler, bags of energy still. And you have to say, tactically, Gillingham have been spot on. They've waited and waited and waited and waited.
They've defended very well. As like I said earlier on, I thought he wouldn't change it at all. He's taken the gamble to be patient, and it's paid off at the moment. The game is certainly not over yet. There's 6 minutes to go.
Here it comes again, Paul Dickoff will look for the corner, but he won't get it. Kicks the ball away in frustration.
Man City going to make another change. Taylor's coming on up front. Taking Lee Crooks off. There's a save. Taking Lee Crooks off and throwing an extra forward on Man City. Going to go 3 at the back.
Long kick by Vince Bartram. More space now for Carl Asaba. Great touch. Robert Taylor here has room. Tries from range. He scored! Robert Taylor has scored! And Gillingham are heading into Division 1.
That's game over. That's fantastic play between Taylor and Asaba again. That's actually killed the game off now. 4 minutes to go. Fantastic goal.
Oh, what scenes! What scenes here at Wembley!
That goal is good enough to grace Wembley. Fantastic touch. Fantastic touch by Asaba. Little back heel. Taylor's made the run again and finished off superbly.
Well, nobody said they had a chance. Nobody said Gillingham had a chance. They've proved everyone wrong. They lead here by 2 goals to 0, and we only have some 3 minutes left on the clock. And Manchester City, who have won the First Division twice, 6 times they've won the Second Division, the FA Cup, the League Cup, the European Cup Winners' Cup. Gillingham have never won anything. This is their finest hour, no question about it.
Tony Pulis made another change now, throwing an extra defender on after that goal.
It's too late now, surely, Brian.
They've got 3 minutes to get 2 goals, as we saw in the European Cup final the other night, the Champions League. It only takes a couple of minutes to get a goal.
Forward again, Butters wins it. Jeff Whitley comes forward, but still...
They have defended magnificently, Gillingham. I think credit to, I mean, the 2 strikers have scored both goals, and both excellent goals. But the way they've defended, tremendous credit to Tony Pulis, the way he's got them organised today.
Nobody said they could do this.
I always said it was going to be a very tight game. I think the Man City fans, obviously, they were favourites, big club. But Gillingham have come here today, stuck to their game plan. And as we said, they didn't panic. They've defended magnificently right throughout the games, defended set pieces tremendously well, and it's paid off for them.
Well, this is a day those Gillingham fans will never forget. They left it late. The goals by Carl Asaba and Robert Taylor seem certain to see Gillingham home. Ian Bishop thinks up again. Chance here for Sean Gota. Tackle comes in. Kevin Horlock has driven that into the back of the net. And I wonder if there will be a late twist here.
The game is not over yet, I said that. It's going into the 90th minute. And certainly that's give Man City renewed hope. It's going to be a very tense couple of minutes now for the Man City and Gillingham fans.
Well, we've come to the end of normal time. We wait to see what the board brings up. Well, it looks like 5 minutes of stoppage time to be played. There could yet be a twist in the tail. Horlock wins the header. So too Pennock. Now comes for Dickoff. Good challenge though. And Southall just clears it anywhere. Now it comes for Ian Bishop. Links forward, Sean Gota might get on the end of it, he can't. And Paul Smith wins a crucial header and a free kick.
It's a silly free kick to give away by Whitley there. I think what you'll see now is Man City just piling the balls into the box now. They've got Taylor and Gota up there, 2 big lads. They've got to take chances. The referee's having a look.
Tony Pulis, the look on his face says it all. Please just blow the whistle, referee. Well, there's time to be played yet. Important tackle by Paul Smith. That'll do from Mark Patterson.
He has defended magnificently, Patterson. He's done a great job on Cook.
Lumped forward though by Weekens. Comes now for Gota. Can't get his shot in. Dickoff! He scored! Paul Dickoff has scored for Manchester City, and Gillingham can't believe it. The Gillingham players are down on the turf. They've gone through so much, and in stoppage time, Paul Dickov has equalised for Manchester City. And we spoke too soon.
Yeah, they've just pumped the ball forward, got a flick on, and Dickov stuck it in great again. A few of the Gillingham players went on the floor with total dejection. They've got to pick themselves up very, very quickly. It looks like we're going into extra time. And as we said, there was 5 minutes to go. 2 goals like Man United the other night, and they've come back.
And that is going to have a huge psychological effect on Gillingham.
Well, Gillingham took a chance and put an extra defender on. Both changed tactics, so it'll be interesting to see what they do into extra time.
Well, they needed 2 goals in 3 minutes. They had some stoppage time, but they've done it. Absolutely remarkable.
The game's not over yet. And there it goes, final whistle.
And the final whistle has gone 2-2 it is. A goal in stoppage time from Paul Dickov will take this game into extra time. Well, Carlos Alba can't believe it. He thought he'd scored the goal which had taken Gillingham to the First Division.
Yeah, I think everybody thought that was the one, and then when we got the second one, it looked all over. But it just shows you what football, what a wonderful game, that you never give up till the last seconds.
You don't really get much closer than that.
No. That's a great finish by Dickov to level it off as well.
It's cannoned off, comes to John Hodge. He might have a chance to get in here. It's still my fault. Oh, and Mark Sanders, he couldn't quite get the ball over Nicky Weaver. Oh, another mistake there in the City defence. Barry Ashby comes forward. Robert Taylor can't control, a bit of tiredness creeping in maybe. Well, we haven't really seen much of Gillingham as an attacking force in this extra time.
It's a bad mistake by Vaughan there. Weaver's done well to punch it out and then gets a little block with his left foot. Could have been a crucial mistake, that.
He's had a couple of hairy moments, Nicky Weaver. He's got away with it so far. Taylor's ball to find the overlapping Kevin Horlock, who has Paul Dickov and Sean Gota waiting for the cross. Paul Dickov's header, that was a great chance, and it was straight into Vince Bartram's hands.
Yes, Bartram, I don't think know too much about that. They're great pals. It's a great cross from Horlock, and he's unlucky there, Dickov, because he's gone straight at Bartram. I think Bartram's deserved that. I thought he's played very, very well today.
Dickov chasing again, but it'll beat him.
Credit to all the players today, their enthusiasm. The game was scrappy first half, but it livened up second half, and they've put a great deal of effort into the game. Made it a very entertaining game.
Well, the game could still be decided. Mark Saunders, touch inside for Hodge. He's got Taylor and Saunders with him. Good chance this. Hodge tries to pull it back. And that was a really good piece of defending, actually, by Jeff Whitley.
Well, they're all screaming for a penalty there. Hodges got to the dead ball line, tried to pull it back. Be interesting to have a look on that, and it certainly caught his hand, but whether it was intentional or not, I don't know. The referee was right on the spot. He slid in, but it certainly caught his hand.
Well, you've seen them given. They've got a corner. John Hodge will take. Butters comes up. So does Carr. Saunders is there too. Hodge takes it. Gota can clear. It's a good clearing header. They just found their way back into this game in the last couple of minutes, Gillingham. So Hodge can't beat 3 players there. And now Gota comes away. Dickoff now in space, might fancy one from there. Paul Dickoff wasn't far over the top.
That is inches away.
Well, he started this game very slowly, Paul Dickoff, but he's got better and better.
Yeah, he'd love to put one in there and beat his best pal again, but inches wide. Good strike.
Well, it's Kevin Horlock who stands over it. One last bit of defending maybe to do. Horlock swings it in, Pennock's there. And he's been there most of the afternoon.
It's gone 30 minutes.
Well, these are agonising last few minutes. They really are. Gillingham, who thought they had this game won. They were 2-0 up. They were pegged back in stoppage time.
That's the end.
And there goes the final whistle. 30 minutes of extra time played, but neither side could manage the breakthrough. And now we have penalties. Vince Bartram hugs his mate Paul Dickoff, the best man at his wedding. And if we've seen some drama already, that's nothing compared with what's coming up next. Well, the two keepers, Vince Bartram and Nicky Weaver, which one of them will end up a hero? And the penalties will be taken at the goal with the Manchester City fans behind it. I wonder how much of an advantage that is.
Well, they're certainly cheering, and they'll certainly be booing when it's Gillingham's turn, but both keepers have had good days. One, as he says, is going to be a hero tonight.
Well, here we go. Manchester City will take the first penalty, and it's Kevin Horlock who has the job. Franny Lee bites his fingernails. Wow, what a responsibility. What a responsibility. Kevin Horlock against Vince Bartram. Horlock, who scored for City in normal time. Can he beat Bartram? He can. Good penalty. No chance for Bartram.
No, it's a good penalty. Kept his composure. He's got a tremendous left foot. He stuck it in well. Sent him the wrong way. Smith for Gillingham.
Paul Smith to take this penalty against Nicky Weaver. The City fans behind the goal. Huge wall of noise. Will Smith keep his nerve? No, he won't. Nicky Weaver has saved it. The worst possible start in the penalty shootout. Paul Smith holds his head. It's not over, but it's not a good start.
It's gone right. He's going to go down the middle of the goal. Weaver's just stuck out his trailing leg safety with his left foot.
Well, now here comes Paul Dickoff, the man who scored that dramatic equaliser in stoppage time for Manchester City. Paul Dickoff, who was best man at Vince Bartram's wedding, and vice versa. Can he beat his best man? Dickoff, off the post, and Gillingham are back in it.
That is unbelievable. The ball has gone off the inside of the post to cross the line, hit the other post and come out. You don't see that very often in football. That is unbelievable. It's gone right behind Bartram. Might have hit him on the back, whatever.
And the noise reaches a crescendo behind that goal. Adrian Pennock against Nicky Weaver. And Pennock has fired it well wide of the goal. Not a good penalty.
Whatever you do, you've got to try and hit the target. He looked very composed, side-footed, but you have to make sure you hit the goal. Weaver's not even moved.
Well, 2 penalties so far for Gillingham, 2 penalties missed. Paul Smith and Adrian Pennock. City have missed 1. And now it's Terry Cook. Hasn't had the best of games. You would expect him to score, though, and he does. Cool as you like.
As I said, you've just got to try and hit the target. He's just side-footed it, but to make sure I think it's the target. Right into the side net, and you couldn't see a better penalty than that.
Well, Gillingham really need to score this.
It's vital to score this. Hodgie just coming on as substitute. They need to knock one in.
Gillingham have yet to score in this penalty shootout. Can John Hodge change that? Yes, he can. Good penalty.
Good penalty. Kept his composure. Said he must hit the target, side-footed into the roof of the net. Good penalty.
2-1 to Manchester City on penalties.
Puts the pressure back on Richard Edghill now. He's never been renowned for scoring many goals for Man City. He took off over the captain's armband when Andy Morrison went off. I gave him his debut in Premier League football. He's got to keep his composure.
Can Edghill score? He does. Just under the bar. And they're very close now.
And that was very close because that's gone in on off the underside of the bar. Couldn't have been any tighter.
3-1 then to City on penalties. Gillingham have to score this. Guy Butters with the responsibility. Deafening sound. Guy Butters must score. He doesn't. He's missed. It's saved by Nicky Weaver. And Manchester City are back in the First Division. That is quite an astonishing game. Look at Nicky Weaver. He's the hero. And City, having been 2 goals down with 3 minutes left to play, have come back from the dead. And Gillingham, poor Gillingham.
Man City did it, Man United did it the other night. Man City have done it today. I feel so sorry for the Gillingham players. 2-0 up with 3 minutes to go. Going to injury time, but that's football. They look totally dejected. Man City looked absolutely down and out of it. Credit to them, they kept going.
Well, it's been an incredible game of football. And at the end of it, Manchester City are back in the First Division.
The faces said it all, and how they deserve it. Roll on, Division 1. City are back.